Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is February 8th, 2025, and it's been revealed that Barcelona rejected Joao Felix during this winter transfer market. Also, Ferran Torres, with his hat trick against Valencia, has set a historical record. And finally, a Barcelona Academy player has just received a promotion, and I'm going to tell you who it is. We have a lot to discuss. So let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and I am bringing you this live because I'm currently out of the country. So I brought my laptop, my camera, and I'm doing this live just to keep you up to date on all Barcelona news. This is not a podcast, so I won't be reading the comments or responding to them. But don't worry, because tomorrow, Sunday, I will be back home at night. So we'll be back to my regularly scheduled videos from my YouTube studio, including the podcasts on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, where I do get to interact with you lovely people in the chat section. Having said all that, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and let's begin with the news because, ladies and gentlemen, it's been revealed that Barcelona rejected Joao Felix during the winter transfer market. Now, as you know, Joao Felix signed for Chelsea this past summer on a permanent transfer from Atletico Madrid, and just like every team that Joao Felix has been at, he also failed at Chelsea. Surprise, surprise, surprise. And as such, Chelsea were looking to loan him out somewhere else so he can get more minutes. And it looks like Joao Felix's agent, Jorge Mendes, offered the player to Barcelona during this winter transfer market. So it looks like those links, those rumors that were surfacing were true because he was offered to the club. But Barcelona said, thank you, but no thank you, because A, there was a problem with the financial fair play and, to try to register a player and do magic to fit the player in the financial fair play for someone who has already failed at the club did not make sense. But more importantly, because Flick was not really looking for that kind of profile of a player. Not to mention that Flick is really, they're saying he's not really convinced with, Joao Felix's attitude. We all know what kind of attitude he has. He's failed at Atletico Madrid. He failed at Chelsea on loan. He failed at Barcelona on loan. He failed at Chelsea again on a permanent transfer. Now he just started with AC Milan. He just scored a goal the other day. I think it was yesterday. I can't remember what day. But my guess is he's going to fail there too because he always starts out strong and then he just completely disappears. So, of course, Barcelona is saying no to this. And thank God they say no to this because, come on, we don't need a repeat. We already went through this. Let's not keep wasting our financial fair play and our money on salaries for our players who simply do not add any quality or any benefit to the squad. Now, speaking of players who have been adding benefit to the squad, we have to talk about Ferran Torres because Ferran Torres has been a super sub this season. I mean, we've always criticized him. We've always made fun of him because, he's not really a quality player. Definitely not someone that was worth the 55 million euros that we paid for him. But ever since the arrival of Hansi Flick, we've seen a huge improvement or a huge improved version of Ferran Torres. And he has been excellent off the bench. Whenever he comes in, he scores a goal or he provides an assist. And on, Thursday, which I did watch the match, but I didn't do a post-match live analysis because I had to fly. I had to go to the airport immediately after the match ended. Of course, Ferran Torres has scored a hat-trick, which is hilarious because my friend, one of my friends texted me the lineup right before the match started. And he's like, oh, Ferran Torres is starting in the place of Lewy. And I replied, hat-trick loading. Now, of course, I was kidding. But he actually scored a hat trick. And it was like an amazing moment for Ferran Torres. And with the hat trick, Ferran Torres has actually registered a historical record because Ferran Torres scored a hat trick in the span of 30 minutes against Valencia, making it the 8th fastest hat trick in the history of Barcelona in la Copa del Rey. You know who's in 7th place? Is Lionel Messi, who scored a hat-trick in 2011 against Mallorca in 29 minutes. So Messi beat Ferran Torres just by 1 minute. So an incredible achievement for Ferran. And not just that, but there's another record that Ferran Torres scored. His hat-trick, because it came during the first half became the earliest hat-trick in a match for Barcelona in the 21st century. Not bad, right? Not bad for a substitute, someone who has not been playing a lot under Flick, but whenever he plays, he comes on and he does, he scores a goal here and there. In fact, he has scored 10 goals and 3 assists despite playing very few minutes, giving him a ratio of 1 goal every 93 minutes. That's 1 goal per match that Ferran Torres is scoring, so not a bad option at all. And in fact, today, Hansi Flick, during the pre-match press conference ahead of tomorrow's match against Sevilla, expressed how happy he was with Ferran Torres as an option off the bench. Of course, also insisting that Lewandowski is still his number 1, by having Ferran Torres on the bench, someone that can come off the bench, score a goal. I mean, that's a great option to have. All teams need that kind of substitute that can just come off, maybe not good enough to start a full match or to play a full match, but someone that can come off the bench the last few minutes and score a goal. We all need that, kind of like that Luke de Jong kind of sub, and that's exactly what Ferran Torres has been during this season. Now, speaking of Ferran Torres, it has been revealed that he actually rejected a very, very lucrative offer from Saudi Arabia. It looks like Saudi Arabia tried to sign him during this winter transfer market. And check this out. They offered him triple his salary at Barcelona. Triple. That's a lot. That's a huge difference. And despite that, Ferran Torres said, no, my dream is to play at Barca. I want to stay at Barca, even though I'm not a starter, even though I'm not getting that many minutes. I want to stay here. And that I do appreciate because, triple, to say no to triple salary, that's huge. That's huge. But anyways, let's move on to the next bit of news because, ladies and gentlemen, Toni Fernandez, the 16-year-old wonder kid in the academy, has received a promotion. Now, so far, Toni Fernandez was a Juvenil A player or under-19 youth team player. He was wearing, I think, the number 37 jersey, if I'm not mistaken. He was alternating between Juvenil A and Barça Atletic, playing matches for both teams. But now he has officially been promoted to Barça Atletic. He has received a Barça Atletic spot. And of course, with that came a new jersey number, which will be the number 16, because Toni Fernandez is officially a Barça Atletic player. He has joined his cousin, the other wonder kid of the academy, Guille Fernandez, who currently wears the number 20 jersey. So really good, huge step for Toni Fernandez. Again, alongside his cousin, Guille Fernandez, are 2 of the most promising players currently in the academy. Hansi Flick is keeping very close track of them, and I have no doubts that pretty soon we'll see them with the first team. This season so far, Toni Fernandez has scored 2 goals and provided 2 assists in 8 matches, if I'm not mistaken, as playing for Barça Atletic, because again, he wasn't a constant Barça Atletic player. He was shifting up and down between both teams, but now Toni will be strictly a Barça Atletic player, which is a huge step forward for the player who's only 16 years old. And again, is showing a lot of promise. He's also received a increased release clause. So that's very important because at Juvenil A, the release clause is set at around 4 or 5 million euros. But now they're saying his release clause will be set at 20 million euros, which of course is very important in order to protect him. And even if they end up signing him 20 million euros for a player that never played for the first team, it's a good deal. But I'm not saying that should happen. I want Toni to stay at the Barca because, again, very promising young player. Now, speaking of Barça Atletic players, we do have good news for Barça Atletic because Noah Darvic has officially received the green light. Noah Darvic has been injured for quite some time. Of course, Barça Atletic not only have lost most of their starters to either transfers or promotions to the first team, but also they were having, at one point they had, I think, 13 injured players. In fact, they had to use all Juvenil A players for one of their matches. No, actually, sorry. One of their matches got suspended because they didn't have enough players, because they had something like 11 or 12 players injured and they didn't have enough players, so their matches got suspended. But Noah Darvic just returned from injury, so this is definitely good news for Barça Atletic, who have been struggling a lot this season, and where Barcelona hope that Noah Darvic will be able to make a difference and help Barça Atletic bounce back a little bit, because it has not been good for the team. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did do, again, 2 lives before this one. This is the 3rd one today because I'm trying to catch you up on all the news since I didn't do any videos on Thursday and Friday. So make sure to check out the other first 2 videos before this one. Lots of news in there. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and I will see you tomorrow back at home in my YouTube studio with my regularly scheduled videos. Anyways, have a good night, and as always, Biscar.